Some big breaking news now. Treason charges were served on the entire county board after a bold patriot in Palm Beach has had enough. We're going to show you the details and the video from that meeting. Before we do, if this is your first time watching the Next News Network, please do make sure you hit the red subscribe button down below and you turn on your notifications so we can bring you real news and opinion every day. It was a dramatic scene that unfolded on the floor of the Palm Beach County boardroom 48 hours ago and is getting little to no media coverage. A non-negotiable subpoena was served to each member of the county, charging them with treason by invoking the self-executing Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, ordering each to vacate their offices. The reason for the charges stem from a new mask mandate that has been deemed unreasonable by the people. Now, according to MSN, they report that according to the lawsuit, Palm Beach County Commissioner Gregory Weiss admitted in a public records email that the mandate would be extended every 30 days and would not stop until there was a vaccine, and that Vice Mayor Robert Weinroth also admitted that he didn't foresee any changes to the ordinance for some time, arguing that vaccines take time to develop, up to 10 to 15 years to be properly developed and perfected. The lawsuit insists that keeping a mandatory mask order in place until there's a vaccine available is unreasonable. Let's go now to that dramatic moment.
Yes. Cindy Topolicorado.
You are served.
Qualified.
You are served. You are served. You are served.
In the future, please do not approach the dais or you'll have you removed from the chamber. Please get off here and get back to the microphone. If you have something to give to us, you can give it to the clerk or a member of the county staff.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let me share what I just served. I just served a non-negotiable notice of complaint. This non-negotiable notice of complaint is being filed today, Tuesday, September the 1st, 2020, at the Board of County Commissioners meeting in Palm Beach County, Florida. The non-negotiable notice of complaint is to inform the Palm Beach County Mayor, Dave Kerner, Vice Mayor Robert S. Weinroth, Palm Beach County Commissioners Melissa McKinley, Gray K. Weiss, Mac Bernard, Mary Lou Berger, and Hal R. Valichet, and the Palm Beach County Administrator, Verdina C. Baker, of the following violations. You are all under violation and operating outside of your oaths of office, and both the Florida State and the U.S. Constitution. You are all acting outside of the authority of your office and do not have the governing authority to shut down Palm Beach County and mandate anything. You are all in violation of Florida state and federal constitutional law. You are all in violation of the people at large unalienable rights. You are all in violation of the following codes: 18 U.S. Code 241, 18 U.S. Code 242, 18 Code U.S. 245, 18 U.S. Code 1962, 18 U.S. Code 1031, 18 U.S. Code 1038, and 18 U.S. Code 1341 and 42, and U.S. Code 1983, 42 U.S. Code 1985, 42 U.S. Code 3617. This is an official notification of your violations. You need to understand this. No one is above the law. And legislature's law on obligation under 42 U.S. Code 1986, a duty to prevent a wrong from being done. You have not done that. And 18 U.S. Code 1621, citing the neglect to protect by individual under oath. 16 American Jurisprudence 24, Section 98, while an emergency cannot create power and no emergency justifies the violation of the provision of the United States Constitution of the United States of America. No emergency has just cause to suppress the Constitution or the people at large unalienable rights. From the 16th American Jurisprudence Section 177, the general misconception that any statute passed by legislators bearing the appearance of law constitutes the law of the land. The U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and any statute to be valid must be in agreement. It is impossible for both the Constitution and law violating it to be valid. One must prevail. Any court, government, or government officer who acts in violation of, in opposition of, or contradiction of the foregoing by his or her own actions commits treason and includes the self-executing Section 3 of Part 10 Amendment and vacates his or her office.
Ma'am,
Abuse of
your time
power.
has expired. We
I would
appreciate
say
your
the last
comment.
thing, that you have been served, and what that is in violation, and your bonds will be pulled if you do not comply within 10 days. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Wow, 10 days. That was dramatic. Now, according to the lawsuit and on MSN, they stated here they filed against the mandatory mask ordinance and citing a newly released government report arguing that COVID-19 is not as deadly as the government has led citizens to believe. The Centers for Disease Control released a new report that shows 94% of people who died from COVID-19 had underlying health conditions, including pneumonia and influenza. According to the lawsuit, the CDC report is part of mounting evidence that COVID is not as deadly as Palm Beach County government officials have claimed, and that the mask ordinance is an order that is not based on the circumstances on hand as a judge previously ruled, and is instead based on the whims of government officials. They continue here that in Florida, deaths listed as COVID-19 have come under scrutiny as the Department of Health has mislabeled some deaths, including a man who died in a motorcycle crash being listed as a COVID-19 death, and another in Palm Beach County who had a gunshot wound to his head. The lawsuit also challenges the judge's decision to not rule against the mask mandate because it is a temporary order. Yes, no one is above the law. And 16 American Jurisprudence 2D Section 98 states, while an emergency cannot create power and no emergency justifies the violation of any of the provisions of the United States Constitution or states' constitution, that no emergency has just cause to suppress the Constitution or people at large. Unalienable rights. From the 16th American Jurisprudence, 2nd edition, section 177, the general misconception is that any statute passed by legislators bearing the appearance of law constitutes the law of the land. The U.S. Constitution, however, is the supreme law of the land, and any statute to be valid must be in agreement. It is impossible for both the Constitution and a law violating it to be valid. One must prevail. Any court, government, or government officer who acts in violation of, in opposition to, or contradiction of the foregoing by his or own actions commits treason and invokes the self-executing Section 3 of the 14th Amendment and vacates his or her office. And now, my friends, the entire Palm Beach County Board is going to have to face the supreme law of the land handed to them by an American patriot. Do your part, share this report, and we'll see you at the next report. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi. Thank you for watching that report. Now a question. Are you ready for whatever the future brings? Every day the news headlines get worse. Believe me, I see them every single day. Civil unrest, the second wave of COVID, economic collapse. That is why I urge you to visit preparewithgary.com right now. And you will save $100 off of a full 4-week supply of emergency food from My Patriot Supply. They are the go-to experts in emergency preparedness. That's preparewithgary.com. The link is in the description below. Do not delay. We'll see you at the next report. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi.
You possess the power to impact the global narrative. Please share this report, and to get more videos like this, become a Next News subscriber by clicking the link below. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.